Hi everyone, how you doing? Welcome back to my channel. Now this is Big Ting. Today we're doing something big. Something that has been a long time coming, I think, for me on my personal journey. Number one, ignore my hair. Just wanted it more relaxed today, because that's what we're going for. So, I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. So since I was a tiny child, the biggest question I've ever received is, are you gay? It is a question that some people apparently really need to know. And the short answer to that is yes, I am. And wow, that's crazy. Never actually thought I was going to be doing this on YouTube. Not going to get emotional. We're not going to do that. No, we're not. Thing is, for me, I have plodded along on YouTube now for 5-6 years, and it has been my #1 asked question. And growing up, it was my #1 question asked. And for me personally, I feel like everyone's journey is different, everyone sees things differently, everyone's opinions are different, and that's what makes everyone so special and unique. This is from me, this is from my heart and my journey and my experiences. I don't want it to come across in any other way than exactly what I've been through. For me, I never wanted to make it a big deal. And for a while when I was getting asked this all the time, constantly, I was like, what does this change? What does this mean? Why are people so out to find out about someone's sexuality? Baffled me. I've always said that I am just me. I don't like labels. I don't feel like someone's sexuality defines anyone, and that's, I feel like, in the back of my mind, what I wanted to just put forward. I'm just Mark. You're just you. It's just a part of me. It doesn't make me any different, and that's my sort of goal. But after a while, because I don't know if you've noticed, I haven't been dropping hints, but I've been a lot more open online about like fancying guys or finding like a guy attractive or whatever. And obviously putting out a lot of LGBTQ+ stuff on Instagram. And I've gotten messages like, why don't you just come out? Why are you so ashamed of coming out? Blah, 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 like quite aggressive statements. And I'm not doing it for them. I took a minute to think, and I was like, got a big platform. I know there are people who will be still struggling in this day and age with their sexuality. And I want to make sure that them people who watch me don't think that I'm ashamed or I'm keeping it to myself. Now, I will say it did take me a long while to come out to my parents, and I did it during lockdown. And that was through personal reasons that I'm not really willing to share. Not once did I ever feel like they were going to reject me or anything like that. It was nothing like that. It was just my own thing, which other people are going to have their own things. I am making this video because I want people to feel comfortable in their own skin. Being in school, oh my goodness, like from what I can see online and what I see on TikTok, there's these teenage guys who just experiment with makeup, and they're so open and they're proud and they're out. And I am a little bit envious of that, because growing up in school without barely any social media, it was a lot harder for me. I'm not saying it's easier now, but I feel like it's definitely more accepted than what it was when I was in school. I remember being in the pub this one time with my friends, and I wasn't fully out to them. And I felt this table next to us, like laughing, and kept staring and looking at me, and I was just like, oh, what's going on? This was before YouTube, so I don't think they recognised me from my videos. And obviously the night went on, and drinks were flowing, they were obviously a little bit tipsy, and one of the guys turned around, it was a mixed group of people, and they were like, oi. So basically our table had put bets on to whether or not you're gay or straight. And I was humiliated in front of all my friends who I personally came out to. It was a very awkward situation. I do not like them people. That is just the most horrendous thing you could ever do to someone who you may or may not think is gay. Like, what the fuck? Like, what the hell? And I will never forget that. I will never forget that moment and how that made me feel. It made me feel like I was different, and I've always known I was like different and like quirky and weird, blah, blah. But like sexuality, like who cares? I know it's still a massive thing to some people, and I've got to be very sensitive, but my mission on YouTube was to never make it the forefront of anything, because it's so important to talk about it who are people are struggling about it, but it's also so important to normalize it. Like, yeah, I want to date guys, who cares? Who cares? Date who you want, be who you want to be, and that's what my channel's always been about. But like I said, I have had moments now over the recent couple of months where I just think it's time to just be like really open and just say to you guys that, yeah, this is me. Most of you won't see it as a surprise or a shock or whatever, and that's fine. This is me doing it for the people who are unsure, who may be like a little bit scared, a little bit nervous, a little bit curious. Don't feel pressured to do anything. People around you will try and out you sometimes. They'll ask you uncomfortable questions, and you don't have to answer to anyone. And I think it's the most important thing to stay true to you and to love yourself. You love who you want to love at the end of the day. That's what I'm trying to say. And I wish there was less pressure from people wanting to know people's sexuality. But obviously, if you're thinking about coming out, obviously know your surroundings. I definitely encourage you to do it to friends who you trust. If you're worried about your family, maybe tell like an extended relative or like a sibling, or I don't know. Sometimes you'll be able to tell if it's the right time or not. And if you feel like you're not in a safe environment to come out, I wouldn't advise for you to do that. I'm not a therapist or a guidance counsellor. I want you to know that I haven't been pressured or forced or encouraged to do this video. It's off my own back after having a little word with myself, a little think about how I can help more people who may be struggling. I think it's absolutely amazing that we now live in a world where sexuality is very much like an amazing celebrated thing. Obviously there's been pride for years. Like I said, from my time in school to how it was now, harassment and bullying obviously still happens, which is horrendous. From an outsider looking at these people just being so open with their sexuality is amazing, and I felt inspired by them, who are probably 10 years younger than me. This obviously doesn't change anything, clearly. I just wanted to be honest with you, and it's something that I've been working on, and it's a journey that I've been on, like, yeah, my whole life. Sometimes it's not straightforward, sometimes it's not easy. And obviously the last thing I want is for anyone to think that I've kept them in the dark or pulled the wool over their eyes or kept anything hidden. It's just something that, like I keep saying, it's just something that up until recently I didn't think I was ever gonna openly come out and say, hey, this is who I am, this is who I'm attracted to. I don't know if this is gonna help. I hope it does in some way. And I know I'm so fortunate and lucky enough to just sit here and be like, yeah, chill, love who you want, without realizing that some people go through absolute hell when they come out. I don't want you guys to think for 1 minute that I'm down talking it, if that makes sense. Even though I am accepted by my friends and my family, I may have people online who won't accept me now. You know what I mean? So there we go. I just want everyone to be safe if they're curious about their sexuality and about coming out, and I don't want them to think that it's ever a bad thing or it's something to be ashamed of or to hide away. Nothing is going to change at all. Hopefully it doesn't change for any of you guys. But yeah, like, it is a big thing. It's still a massive thing to sort of accept yourself for who you are. And even like you don't have to be gay. Like, any person get to a point where they have to accept themselves. Don't matter who you love, don't matter who you fancy. As long as you're a kind person, obviously. The more we normalise it, the more it's just like, oh, okay, cool, no worries, amazing, okay, cool. Love it. Do you know what I mean? There's no time limit, there's no pressure. You do you. Yeah, I'm happy about it. I'm happy. I think coming out to my parents was like the biggest thing ever, and they were amazing. It was just certain things in my life that sort of, it just took a back seat, to be honest. And yeah, don't let anyone dictate how you live your life. Honestly, just live your own truth. Concentrate on you. It's gonna work out. Just, I know it's hard and it's easy for me to say, but having opened up to my friends the other night about me feeling a little bit low, like, everything is smoke and mirrors sometimes, and especially with what the world's going through, you don't have to always put on this positive act. Yeah, as a person online, it is part of what I love to do, is to uplift people who follow me. But am I always positive up and uplifting in real life? Obviously not. I have my really down days, and that's what I try to do on my channel now, to be like, look, I'm not always bouncing off the walls. I am feeling a bit down sometimes. Got to open up to the people you feel safe around, and then we can all build each other up and live a happy future. I don't know what else to say. Like, I've seen so many coming up videos and they've all been perfect, but they're all in their own different ways. This is mine. I'm a bit of a mess. But here we go. That's my truth. Pardon me. I hope it's helped you. If any of you out there are struggling, or you were just curious about me, it's out in the world now. I love you guys so much, and yeah. Okay, yeah, I will see you very soon. I love you guys so much. Thank you for your ongoing support. Really miss this hairstyle. Reminds me of 2015 mark. Well, no, actually, early 2020 mark. Yeah. Okay, don't want to ramble. Love you guys. Thanks so much for being amazing. And yeah, open up in the comments as always. We'll have a good old chat. Love you. Goodbye.